Good, bright and early Saturday every morning. Let me start that again. Good, bright and early Saturday every morning, everybody. No, good Saturday, good, bright and early Saturday morning, everybody. This is Living Pain. It's 7 o'clock. I've been up since just before 6. Had to put the brisket on the smoker. And I got up an hour late. I meant to get up at 5 o'clock. I should have set the alarm. Anyway, let's jump right to it. The good news. I jumped on the scale today, hit a new all-time low, 212.4 pounds. And the crowd roars. 212.4 pounds. The fat was 26.8%. That's 26.8% body fat. So to put this in perspective, last week I was a pound heavier. So I have lost a pound. To put this in further perspective, last night I went to bed 4.5 pounds heavier. So over a period of 6 hours, I lost 4.4 pounds of water. So yeah, I'm waking up tired again, like I have been all this week. My new hairstyle, it's not as bad. I don't know if it's a little bit better morning bedhead. Anyway, what were we talking about? So I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm heading into my cheat day, 1 pound down. And I mentioned on my other video that I need to lose at least 1 pound a week. If I don't lose 1 pound a week, my inner self is gonna beat up on my outer self. And you don't wanna see what that looks like. It's pretty bad. So, couple things. Today, 5K run. So I'm part of the Wind Journal group on Facebook. The Wind Journal, and there's a 5K virtual race today. So it's get up, run your 5K, take a picture or two, and I guess send it in, give your time. So I have a choice to make. Do I, get out there and just run as hard as I can and do a 5K as if it is a race? Or do I get out there and just run 5K, which I plan to run 10 anyway. It's Saturday, I have a 1 hour run. The only issue about racing, there's only 2 things that I don't like about racing. Number 1 is having to get up early for a race, kind of like 7 o'clock. And number 2 is having to go really hard in racing, because racing hurts. It really hurts. And so I'm sitting there going, what do I do? Do I kind of mail it in and just jog through it, or actually give it a shot? And I kind of know how I think, and I'm probably gonna give it a shot. I put on my old tight shirt so my belly's sticking out. At 7 o'clock, it's gonna be a heat wave today, so at least if I get out now, it won't be as hot. So I'm still not, the only thing that I'm worried about is if I go too hard is injuring myself. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But from now until I'm finished this cup of coffee, I got to figure out what the heck I'm going to be doing. And then last night, it's in terms of, I was mentioning I lost the 4.6 pounds. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep track of how many times I get up and go to the washroom. And I thought no better way to do that than to take a picture what time I got up. And anyway, I'm putting the pictures up here. As you can see, I guess you could tell they were taken by somebody who's a sleepy guy. Anyhow, it's cheat day today. I just have to get my run done, which will be doing my 5K, which if I do the 5K fast, it'll be a speed work day. And if I do all that, it's the beginning of my cheat day. And let the day begin. Enough's enough. Let's go for it. Well, I got my 5K virtual road race for the Wind Journal done. It's in the record books. I know when I woke up this morning, I was like, I didn't even realize it was today until I checked Facebook, and then I saw it on there and it says, you can basically race today or tomorrow. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm probably gonna have my smoked brisket and way too many beers, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be dehydrated. And when you go running when you're dehydrated, you get calf cramps, and if you get calf cramps, you're going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks till they heal. Not that I'm an expert or anything. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm an expert. I know what it does to your calves and why. There's a reason I ride my bike on Sundays as opposed to Saturdays. Anyway, let's go through the results. This is for you, Al Bruno. Great idea, by the way, Al Bruno. And so I did the 5K. I ran as hard as I could. I actually even passed somebody at the beginning who was running pretty good. I did the 5K in 25 minutes and 59 seconds, which is awesome. So it's 25:59 versus 25:59, which is a 5 minute and 11 second per kilometer pace, which is okay. When I put it in perspective though, when I qualified for Kona, did the Ironman, the race at Lake Placid, I ran the whole marathon at a 5:05 pace. So this was 5:11, me going as hard as I could. And I was in the kind of shape back then that I basically jogged 5.5 kilometers for 42 kilometers. I feel like Al Bundy, reliving my past, polk high, quarterback or whatever it was, 4 touchdowns. So that was my touchdown. I think maybe even what was more challenging than the 5K, because it was an out and back, is the 5K warm down on the way back. So having to jog back. My legs had lactic acid kind of build up after the 5K, which is a good sign. It tells me that I was actually giving it a sincere effort, which I was. My average heart rate was about 150 beats per minute, which is pretty good considering I train at low heart rate. If I didn't, it probably would have been up to about 174 beats per minute. So overall, I was pretty happy with it. Like I say, I got back. It was that slow jog back. And on the slow jog back, I did 5.7K on the way back. It took me 39 minutes, 10 seconds. It was 6:53 per kilometer pace. It was actually faster than that. It was probably more like a 6:30 pace. The issue is that, I take some pictures on the run and I have to set up the camera, and sometimes I forget to turn the timer off on my watch. So all in all, for a Saturday, for my cheat day, I woke up at the lightest weight, 0.4, 0.6, I can't remember, old age memory. And I did a 5K run, and I now know what that time is, and now I've got a brisket cooking down below in my smoker. I'm gonna have a shower. I'm actually gonna weigh myself and see what the weight loss was. I'm sure I am so soaked. I don't think I've ever been this soaked. My socks are soaked. I bet you last week I came back, I was at 208 because of just water loss. I'm gonna see if it's below 208 today. So after this, I'm heading upstairs and jumping on the scale. Once I do that, I am gonna drink a gallon of water. And then I'm sure later on I'm gonna drink a gallon or 5 of beers. Good to have her done. Let me just see. Do I have little lines underneath here? I noticed that I was getting lines that these were cutting in. So I'm not sure, maybe it's just I got chubby cheeks, and once I lose the next 25 pounds, I won't have lines or creases under my eyes. Anyway, enough talking. I gotta get walking. the day is done, and this is the typical Saturday report, which is me reporting the last part of Saturday on Sunday morning, but we're going to pretend that it's still Saturday night. So, how was my day today? How was my Saturday today? So basically, it was my cheat day, and I had a goal to cheat, and I exceeded. Or no, I had a goal, and I achieved my goal. Yeah, I achieved my goal on my cheat day. It sounds like date. No, cheat day, I achieved my goal. What was the goal? Hey, it wasn't to go crazy on food, but just eat, decently, and then have some beers. And that's what I did. So my total calorie count for the day was just over 4,000, of which 18 of those were probably 1,800, almost just probably, well, no, I guess looking at it, sorry, about 2,000 of it was beer. So I had about 18 beers. I'm just going by, feel. I didn't actually count them, but I think that's in around where I think I would be. In terms of breakfast, we went out for breakfast. I had Eggs Benedict. The restaurants are open. I didn't eat any of those home fry things. And I ordered one big pancake. And then for lunch, we went out for dinner, we went out and I had a battered fish, and instead of chips, I had the Caesar salad. And then for dinner, my brisket, I had put it on at 6 in the morning, and it actually cooked faster than I thought it would. And as I had mentioned, I think I really goofed it up because I took off the fat layer. Anyway, good news, I can hardly talk. You can tell what's going from here to here has got a delay switch. It's not, yeah, there's something definitely delayed there. Anyway, back to the brisket. It was excellent, absolutely excellent. The point of the brisket, which is the big fat meaty part, was really, really good. And the flat of the brisket is going to be dry just because that's the nature of it. But I am proud to report that my son and my son's friend Larry were over, and Larry had never had brisket before, and he thought it was just awesome. So that's how my day went. Tomorrow's a new day, back to the grind. Over and out, living pain. Have a great one.